Hi there, my name is Sofia Truax, and I'm applying for a position with Acton. Now I'm going to briefly describe my hero's journey as briefly as I can. It began with a fall during my high school years. Despite my positive and encouraging environment, I fell into this bout of nihilism. I had a lot of inner turmoil and pessimism rising up from seemingly nowhere, and I was stuck in that mindset and that perspective, miserable, for several years until in college I came across a book called The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. It was in my personal study. It introduced me to the ideas of devotion and gratitude and beauty. And I had an instantaneous shift in my perspective, and I was redeemed out of nihilism very quickly, but that redemption had to be maintained and built upon. And it was my personal study that gave me the opportunity to build on those ideas. And I read a lot of poetry, theology, depth psychology. I also focus on the body as much as I do the soul. I'm interested in culinary and nutrition, and so it's my personal interests, my personal study, my personal reading, personal research that gave me the opportunity to dive into these topics that redeemed me and built up my character. Now, one of the reasons I admire Acton and Ascent so much is that it gives that same opportunity to students. Now, one of my long-term aims is to educate my own children, to homeschool my own children, and I would love to use a method that's much more like the Ascent method than the conventional method being used right now. So working for Ascent would be perfectly in line with my long-term goals. And I'm also going to briefly list out some mentors of mine. They're all authors. So I love Rilke, Rainer Maria Rilke, Khalil Gibran, who I already mentioned, Hermann Hesse, Carl Jung, Jordan Peterson, who I also admire as a speaker, and he actually did a podcast with Jeff Sandifer, which is what introduced me to Acton. And my proudest achievement is my own book. It's called Parousia. I'm in the process of finalizing that publication, so I'm really excited about that, and that is my proudest achievement. But I look forward to having a real conversation with you, hopefully meeting you sometime soon, and I thank you for your time and your consideration.